Yeah, of course.
Starting rating time, okay?
Yeah. Is there anywhere specifically you want me to be looking, or just?
Yeah. Just really casual.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
this is a very
Cool.
Yeah, so welcome to the Philippines. How are you finding it so far?
I'm loving it. I've been waiting for years to be here, and I'm so happy to finally be here. It's pretty surreal. I can't believe it, to be honest.
Yeah, I saw your post on Instagram, I think, like, Manila.
Yes.
I love Manila. And yeah, how's tour like so far? I think this is your first Asia tour?
Yes.
Yeah, so how are you finding it so far?
It's been so overwhelming in the best ways. Again, just having the project grow so much over the period where shows weren't allowed, and seeing all the love pour in from social media overseas. It's surreal to finally be here. You know, we started in Korea, played 2 shows there, played in Taipei, and just like very quickly came to Manila now. So still trying to process it all, but it's been so much fun. It's so nice to meet everybody finally after all these years.
So with the whole, like the tour that you've been, the whole experience so far, how is it different from your crowd in US and
yeah.
here in Asia? Like, how are you finding the tour?
I mean, I feel like, you know, everyone expresses love in different ways, and I feel like over here, everyone is so polite. You know, before I'm going on stage, it's so quiet, which is so interesting, but I love it. And yeah, just, you know, I feel like everybody here just expresses love in such a kind, warm way. And not to say anything against US, but people are a little bit crazier over there in like a different way. So it's just, you know, it's super, what's the word? It's overwhelming because it's a whole different type of love, I guess, is the best way to say it, which is so cool to experience.
Great. So for this tour, I believe you're promoting your first EP, I Love You What Happened. So what is the concept for the whole EP album?
Yeah. I Loved You What Happened is, you know, trying to capture this idea of, you know, the ending and beginnings of relationships, but more so on the end, and how you can basically not really understand how somebody you loved is leaving you, I guess. The idea of this project is just basically heartbreak in so many different forms, even in the happy forms where you're realizing it'll be okay, and in the saddest forms, and I Love You What Happened. So yeah, it kind of just, you know, is supposed to offer a solution, but also a problem at the same time, if that makes sense, to try to understand why the person you loved is gone.
So comparing your previous releases to your current state, like as a musician now, how would you say that you were able to improve as an artist or as a musician? Or were there any experiences that made you like be a better version of yourself as an artist or a person in general?
Yeah. I feel like I'm still trying to learn every day. I'm so grateful I get to do this, and this is my life. But you know, as I'm getting to play and meet more people and play the music live and see what people react to differently and whatnot, it definitely, you know, helps me grow as an artist. The fact that I see what people love and I see what people really love, and then I also know what I love a lot. So kind of just meshing everything together, whilst also, you know, in my personal life dealing with my own ups and downs, I feel like just throws it into a pot of eventually coming out with a nice song here or there. And I feel like I'm super eager to get back to making music after this tour, because I've been just playing live so much that I want to get back and just let all the things out of my head out. So the experience has helped a lot, which is great that I get to do that.
So since you're on tour right now, do you have any specific songs that you really love playing for a crowd?
Yeah. Butterflies is a really fun one. I love playing that one. We put it pretty early in the set just to kind of give it to the people, because it's definitely a fan favorite. So Butterflies has been a lot of fun to play, because it's just a heartwarming song, and I love throwing it early.
So we're jumping now to your influences.
Yeah.
You've mentioned that one of your influences as an artist is John Mayer. So Aside from his music, do you listen to any other artists that led you or influenced you to create the music that you have now?
Yeah. John Mayer is a big one on the guitar. I definitely have a lot of influence from him. I started guitar because of the blues and the influences that him and Stevie Ray Vaughan gave me. But outside of them, I find a lot of passion in songwriting and the people that I love the most, with the deepest and saddest songs, more particularly, such as Clairo. I'm a huge Clairo fan. Yeah, I love her songs so much. Holly Humberstone, just like the sad indie girls, I love so much. As a older male, I somehow resonate with the sad girl music. So yeah, Sasha Salone, just the stories that like they tell are super, in some ways resonating to me.
So with these artists as your inspiration, are you inclined to like write stuff similar to them, or what subjects or topics do you have in mind whenever you get like a paper or a pen or like a voice recorder? Like if you compose a song, what topics usually come to mind?
Yeah, I feel like they definitely influence a lot. I'm leaning more towards these stories that I want to tell that are still kind of fishing their way in my head. I definitely pull from a lot of heartbreak in my past relationship, and I find ways it still connects to my current state of mind and relationship. So it just depends. I wake up one day and I'm sadder than most, or I wake up a day and I'm happier than most, and I just kind of throw whatever's there. Yeah, there's stuff that influences me every day, whether I see old stuff that reminds me of things that make me feel a certain type of way today, even though it's 7 years later. I still try to keep a little sad pot in my head that I can pull from here and there that helps influence my writing today.
So yeah, we're already like nearing the end of the year, and I'm pretty sure it has been eventful for you as an artist. So what can we look forward to in 2023, and where do you see yourself like after a year?
Yeah. I'm super excited for 2023 because as we've been doing this whole end of the year for the tour, as soon as I'm back after sleeping for December, January, gonna start writing the debut album. So yeah, super excited to finally put together, like, even though the last EP was 10 songs, it was definitely, the stepping stone to where this album hopefully will be. And I'm so excited. I feel like as an artist and as just a human, for me, to create an album is just a dream. And to have that opportunity to really like call it the first album. It's a lot of pressure, but at the same time, I'm trying not to look at it that way because I just feel like I know what I want to say, and I'm excited to say it.
Thank you so much for answering my questions.
Of course, thank you so much.
For everyone else, feel free to jump in.
So you mentioned earlier that the sad girl songs resonate to you more. What is it about that kind of music as opposed to like the sad boy?
Yeah. Maybe it's just because I love female vocalists so much. I think their voices, express the sadness in such a unique way. But outside of that, I don't know, without getting too deep, but I feel like I kind of, feel their perspective of almost heartbreak that maybe I have been a part of on the opposite end. With whether it be my ex-girlfriend singing the song, even though she doesn't sing, but like putting it in that perspective and hearing it from the opposite person in a relationship kind of puts a unique spin on what goes on up in here. So,
It's also been said that your relationship with your producer is an integral part of your artistic process. Could you please elaborate how it is so?
Yeah, so I made all this music up to this point with Val, and we're really close. In fact, of him being the producer, myself being the artist, and I feel like we've known each other for so long that you have those moments where you know almost every detail about the other person. But yeah, as things continue to grow and as we growth in our own lives and stuff, I feel like new things happen, and we're both excited to kind of flourish and do our thing with Fiji Blue and expand upon the world that we've created.
Alright, thanks.
Yeah, of course, thank you.
Yeah, hi. I'm Kevin from Manila Constitute.
Nice to meet you.
I'm curious, how did you come up with your band name?
The name? See if I can get this right. It's I feel like the idea was to try to come up with the name that kind of represented the music and the fact of it being so like sad, beachy, happy mixture of this melancholy feeling, and being in California, but also having influences from around the world with Val from Germany. It was right in front of us the whole time. In reality, we were always making music in blue light, and I love Fiji water. So it was kind of just like, hey, this sounds cool. But also, again, nothing but respect and love for the people of Fiji, and I want to always like make sure I'm aware and conscious of the fact that it's a beautiful country that I hope to visit one day. And I just feel like the ideas of this beachy, sad music with the fact that I also love the water, you throw it in one, you get the name. Somehow works, and I'm glad people like it.
In your discography, what song will you dedicate to your Filipino fans?
Oh man, that's a great question. I feel like the song I'd like to dedicate to the Filipino fans would have to be Outside, because I'm finally here, and it is very hot outside. So I feel like even though we're all going to be indoors today, something about Manila and the Philippines makes me think so much about the outdoors and how beautiful it is here. So Outside would have to be the one I think.
Okay. Can I ask also a question?
Yeah.
Yeah, hi, I'm Danica, also from Manila concert scene. So actually, I was just listening to your songs this lately, and it's so calming and it's so chill. It makes my anxiety, less down. So I'm just curious on how do you have like a songwriting process, from your influences or John Mayer. Because it's so chill and it's so calming.
I appreciate
Especially
that.
a lot of people were still coping in this pandemic, so it really helped actually for us Filipino.
Well, that means so much. It really means so good to hear that. I feel like it's exactly that, and knowing that, we all went through something in such a familiar but unique way for each of us. That for me, I just try to pull from whatever deep down inside of me is what I'm feeling, and hope it resonates with other people, but in a more specific way. I feel like everybody experiences love and heartbreak, and it's real cheesy to say that, but at the same time, we all, as humans, need to feel. And I feel like picking certain feelings and kind of diving a little deeper into a specific thought, whether it be like, heartbreak, but then you can go deeper, and then you're like, oh, this person fell in love with this person, you saw it, you go deeper. And I don't know how my mind works, really. I'm still trying to figure it out. As I talk, I find it kind of stumble back. I'm like, does that make sense? And I feel like that, oddly enough, is how my brain works, and the fact that I kind of just dive deep, and then I have to pull myself out, and I keep diving back in and hoping that what I'm saying is authentic to what my feelings are, which is constantly a battle. Because I don't know if any of that made sense. I'm so sorry. Songwriter brain is weird, but I really, it's such a unique position to be in, to put my thoughts onto paper and hope other people can resonate. But I feel like everybody can listen to a song and feel differently about it because they associate certain things to what they're going through. Unless I'm specifically like saying like, I woke up and there was a blue towel on the ground. Like, unless you don't have a blue towel, you can't resonate with that. So I don't know. I'm going off the hinges on this one, so I'm gonna stop.
Actually, I was listening to your song right now. It makes me calm and
I
so
appreciate
chill.
that. I feel like my brain kind of works a lot really fast, and I'm super OCD with like how things need to be lined out. So a calming thing for me is once a song is written, it has to be, in my mind, just like, I don't know how to really explain it, but it's so nice to hear that it calms and helps you, because it calms and helps me too at the same time. So
it's good to hear.
it's kind of a paradox in a way, but I don't know if that makes sense.
I was listening to your music, and I was trying to figure out how your live setup's gonna be, because it can go like into you can do it in a lot of different ways. So how's your live setup tonight will be?
So live or light? I'm sorry.
Live.
Live.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I'm on guitar and singing, and I have my good friend Jonathan on the keys. He plays 2 synths. He's a jazz wizard. And my good friend Joe on drums. So it's just like a trio type of vibe. Okay. We have tracks playing, but a lot of the the source of everything is coming live, which is obviously the goal, to continually expand and have no tracks. But yeah, it's kind of a trio vibe, which is cool. We do some tracks, we do some just totally live, which just has three, some strip tracks, a lot of guitar solos, which I love. And yeah, it's super fun to kind of expand on these songs outside of how they are in tracks. So,
All right. Thanks, man.
yeah, of course.
What's your question? Maybe you have questions.
Hey, what's up?
I'm Braggy from 979 Home Radio, and I'm a big fan of the electronica, house, deep house, chill, everything that belongs to the spectrum. So just recently I heard the music, like this year,
Yeah.
and I said like, who's this? It's Fiji Blue. And then I asked myself, I wonder what kind of genre they would like to, impart to the Filipino people. And then surprisingly, the young ones, the millennials, and beyond that, loves your music very much. People are playing it on their computers and listening to it on their headphones and all that. So, who came up with that sad boy something that it's chill? I don't know, deep down house, something that makes me say that, it belongs to the, it's like a new genre that belongs to the spectrum of house, and you have to give respect and embrace it with, the change that's coming in, and everybody's enjoying it.
For sure.
It's really something new, it's really something great, and we're happy that we created it that way. So who did that? Like the synths, all the mixing and the creativity.
For sure. I mean, first of all, thank you. That means a lot. It's so crazy to think, like, again, obviously the dream is you get inspirations and influences from other artists. Like, I always want to put this with this, put this, but yeah, I feel like the inspiration, the sadness definitely comes from myself.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
And the melancholic mood.
Yeah, and the melancholy mood, I love, reaching in the heartstrings. But yeah, the dance influence definitely comes from, Val, my producer, who just is from Germany. His dance music in his blood. So the combination of the two kind of creates that sound, which is really special. But again, it leans, it's like a spectrum, it can either go deeper or it can lean more towards the indie side and the things. And excuse me, sorry. And yeah, it's kind of like this line that I'm also trying to branch out into and get into these other genres that I love so much. So it really just depends on the day, the mood. But yeah, the Sad Boy Chill House definitely has an anchor in the mood, which is
It's
cool.
some angst in it, it's right there.
It's like music you want to dance to but cry at the same time.
Yeah, very much subdued, and it says about the emotion.
That means a lot.
Thank you very much. It's really
Thank you.
great.
That means a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Any more questions?
Message to your Filipino fans.
Yeah. To the Filipino fans, I'm so grateful and so excited to play in an hour. I can't believe it. It's surreal. I've been responding to messages for years. I've heard everyone say how excited they are and for how much they want this show to happen, and I'm so grateful that the team and everyone around me has been a part of making this happen. I'm just truly humbled and grateful to be here. It's the dream is to play music live, whether that be in my bedroom, LA, US, and it's just a treat to be able to travel this far and meet so many people who love the music. And the Filipino fans and love has been so strong. So I cannot wait to play tonight and for many times to come, hopefully. Very excited.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.